Welcome! Today, we are about to go on a journey that's going to take us across continents, through thousands of years of history, and even into outer space. And the best part? We're doing it all right from your screen. Let's see how.
I mean, really think about that for a second. No lines, no travel costs, just pure unfiltered access to all the wonders of our world and even beyond. Sounds a little too good to be true, right? Well, it's not.
This is the incredible power of the virtual field trip. Technology is literally unlocking the doors to history, to science, and to culture in ways we probably never even dreamed were possible.
So, for our first stop, we're going to take a grand tour of human history, visiting some of the most famous and important museums on the entire planet.
And here it is, the Rosetta Stone. You know, for centuries, Egyptian hieroglyphs were a complete mystery. Nobody could read them. But this single object, with the same message written in 3 different scripts, became the linguistic key that unlocked an entire civilization. It's just a perfect example of how one single discovery can completely flip our understanding of the past.
But this also brings us to a really complex side of these huge global collections. I mean, the Rosetta Stone was found in Egypt, but it's been in the British Museum since 1802. And that history brings up a very modern and very important question.
And listen, this isn't just about one stone. This is part of a huge global conversation about heritage and ownership and the legacy of colonialism. It's a debate that's happening right now in museums all across the world.
Okay, now let's hop over to Paris. The Louvre. It didn't start as a museum, not even close. It actually began way back in 1190 as a fortress to protect the city. Then, in the 16th century, it became this lavish royal palace. It wasn't until after the French Revolution, in 1793, that it was open to the public. The building itself tells this incredible story of power and art that spans over 800 years.
And inside, you find treasures just like this. I mean, look at the sense of movement. You can almost feel the wind whipping through her clothes as she's landing on the front of a ship. It's a true masterpiece of Hellenistic art. So dramatic and full of life, even without a head or arms.
Now, for a totally different kind of story, this time from New York's Metropolitan Museum of Art. This entire Egyptian temple wasn't taken or discovered, it was a gift. See, back in the 1960s, Egypt gave it to the United States as a big thank you for helping to save ancient monuments from being flooded. It's this really powerful symbol of international cooperation to save our shared history. Okay, so from ancient history, let's just zoom out. We're going from the ground right beneath our feet to the stars way above our heads. You know, this is what I absolutely love about virtual exploration. In 1 second, you can be watching the raw, natural power of a wild ecosystem, and in the very next, you're floating inside one of humanity's greatest technological achievements. It's incredible. So let's start here, on the ground. Yellowstone isn't just a park. It's this living, breathing, geological hotspot. The fact that it sits on a supervolcano gives it this unbelievable energy, with geysers and hot springs popping up all over the place. And at over 2.2 million acres, it's this huge sanctuary for some of North America's most iconic animals.
And now, let's go off-planet. NASA's virtual tours give you access to places that most people will never, ever get to see. You can literally float through the International Space Station, you can visit the sterile clean rooms where the James Webb Telescope was put together, and you can see how astronauts train for spacewalks in this gigantic underwater lab. This isn't just about looking at pictures, it's about stepping inside the real process of space exploration.
145 million. What is that? Well, that's the number of specimens and artifacts in just one museum, the Smithsonian's National Museum of Natural History. It's one of the largest collections on Earth, basically a massive library of life itself.
All right, from the massive scale of nature and space, we're now going to zoom way in to the intensely personal. These are stories about hope and fear and just incredible human resilience.
For millions, this was the first stop on a path to a completely new life. But it was a place of extreme emotional highs and lows. You can just feel the tension in the stories, the incredible hope of a new beginning, sitting right alongside the crushing fear of being turned away after such a long, hard journey.
Our next story, it takes us to Amsterdam. For more than 2 years, a small group of people lived in total secret, hiding for their lives.
I mean, it just looks like an ordinary bookcase. But this was the door between life and death. Behind it, 8 people lived in constant fear, their entire world just shrinking down to a few small hidden rooms. It's such a powerful symbol of both immense courage and the terrifying reality they were forced to face.
And yet, in that tiny, hidden space, Anne Frank's spirit was just boundless. Through her diary, she shared her deepest thoughts, and even in the absolute darkest of times, she held on to this incredible belief in the good of humanity. Her voice has become one of the most important in all of modern history.
Wow. Okay, so we've seen ancient history, we've explored our planet and beyond, and we've witnessed these deeply powerful human stories. So what's next?
Well, the adventure does not stop here. You can watch pandas on live webcams. You can explore the masterpieces in the Vatican, walk along the Great Wall of China, take a backstage tour on Broadway, or even visit a working farm. I mean it, the possibilities are truly endless.
And this is the best part. These aren't just passive videos you watch. No, they are interactive tools for discovery. You get to guide your own journey, you decide what to look at, and you learn at your own pace. All it takes is that one first click.
So we've seen that through these virtual tours, the doors to the world have been completely thrown open. Now that anywhere is possible, the only question left to ask is, where will you go first?